Welcome back to another video. Today, we're going to be taking a look at the Su-47 Berkut. I don't even know, man. Every single time I see this thing, I'm like, wow, what the hell do you even call it? I remember seeing a documentary, and I believe they said Berkut. So that's what I'm going to be calling it from here on out until, you know, proven otherwise, or I don't know, the guy who made this thing comes out and tells me what it's actually called. So I finally unlocked it. Black market event is wrapping up pretty much today. I completed it, maxed it out, got it for 50% off. And here it is with the camo and all its glory. So, in a video I made, I'm pretty sure it was about the J10 Firebird, I was talking about how I had this vision, even long before the Firebird was made, about an aircraft that would have high off-bore sight capability, which the Firebird has in the game, and had immense maneuverability, and my idea for that aircraft was this plane, was the Sukhoi 47, with its forward swept wings, allowing for high angle of attack, high maneuverability. Now, it doesn't have high off-bore sight, which feels like a huge miss in my books, but it is still a pretty formidable aircraft for what it does. I've been playing around with it for a bit, got my trophies to just 100, so that whenever I go into a match, I'll have a higher likelihood of being matched with actual people, instead of just purely bots for the sake of, you know, entertainment. Killing actual players is a little different. So we'll go ahead and take a look at its armament. You got 2 heat seekers, 6 active radar, medium range, sorry. And this has an ability which allows you to quickly lock the same target. So the initial lock time for the missile, which I believe is, where is it? There we go, 1.8 seconds. Once that initial lock happens and you fire, if you're trying to lock the same target again, it'll cycle much quicker. You will lock faster. It basically keeps speeding up, allowing you to rapid fire missiles on the same target. You can single out a guy and just dump all your missiles on him and ruin his day. But the other ability it has is this: forward swept wings. So there's been a little bit of a misconception that I've noticed some people talking about with this aircraft, and that's the ability to lose control. So the experimental wing design allows for great agility, but when you get hit, and this is where getting this thing to level 16 and having something like faster flares will be beneficial, when you get hit, your aircraft loses control temporarily, and it depends on how hard you're actually pulling the aircraft into the turn, and you will see that whenever this turns green on your HUD when you're using it. Some people think it's only applicable when you're using the backflip ability. It's not. I've tested this numerous times, allowing myself to get hit, seeing that whenever this is being lit up green, I am using this ability. If I get hit with a missile, it'll send me flying. So we're going to go ahead and jump into a match, and we will kind of demonstrate this aircraft's capabilities. So here we go. Let's see if there's players. There we go. We got one. Okay. I guess it's just one player. When I was playing earlier, I was managing to get matched up with 3 versus 3 and 2 bots per team. But I guess we'll just start off with this. So you can see at the bottom of the HUD, it's showing that forward swept wing indicator, and it's just black. But if I start pulling a tight turn, there it is. Turns green. The harder you're pulling, this is where you'll actually lose control if you are struck with a missile. So this is kind of one of those aircraft where I can see it benefiting from, like I said earlier, having the faster flares, because you don't want to get hit. Oh crap. The last thing you want... See, I'm getting shaken all over the place there. Even like the cannons seem to... the cannons aren't supposed to affect the plane, but it really felt like it right there for a second. Alright, let's see if I can get a kill. That guy just crashed into the mountain. Oh man. Unfortunately, an A6. Not much you can do. I was using my backflip ability right there to try to evade him. Now you can see the faster lock. Faster lock again. I'm just wasting those missiles to kind of demonstrate it. But it's time to smarten up here. Alright, I gotta start killing people. This is getting a little ridiculous. He's using his ability, of course he is. And dead. You're next, my friend. Let's see if I can backflip on this guy. Oh, see what I mean? Oh crap. So that's when you get hit and you lose control of the aircraft. I was using the backflip ability right there, but that would have happened regardless of using the backflip ability. And I'll see if I can demonstrate it. I might allow myself to get hit by a missile while turning hard just to kind of make my point. But here's the faster locking. I could just spam this guy with missiles. Fire at that guy. Hello. You're dead. You're dead. Where's this A6? Whip around. Yeah, see, there you go. So there's a demonstration of what I was talking about. I just got hit. I was not using the ability because I used it and it was on cooldown. I got hit because you can see that indicator was lighting up green. And I lost control. Oof, that was close. This ability is actually pretty great for something simple, like if you're playing, let's say, air superiority and you need to get on the point really, really quickly because you flew past it. Because nothing's worse than, like, you don't have the right, oh, come on, the right angle. And then you have to fly further out so you can turn around properly to get the objective. In this, you can just do the backflip ability and land right on top of it. It's actually very, very useful. Alright, where is the actual player I need to worry about? You know what? I'm gonna hit this guy. They're all gonna miss. Guess I'll just hit him with my cannons. Or not. This is not going well. Yep. Well. It does take a little getting used to, and part of that is because the aircraft behaves differently. So you would think this backflip ability would be something kind of like the F4 Phantom, which has an ability as well, which lets you turn harder. It's kind of like a drift, where you're able to pull on the stick harder, but it comes at the cost of damaging your aircraft. Wow, that's hilarious. That guy just hit the... Okay, let's see if I can get this guy. There. So I'm actually going to jump into like a private game and kind of just show you what I'm talking about between the F4 Phantom and the Su-47 Berkut, the difference in their abilities. So here we are in the F4 Phantom. So this has a similar ability, which is toggleable. It does not have a cooldown, but it has a trade-off. So when you activate it, like I'm going to do right now, you're able to turn harder. You get a much better pitch angle as you're turning, at the cost of the structural integrity of the aircraft, which will damage it. And you can see that it is activating regardless of what I'm doing with the aircraft. I am rolling, I am pitching, I am doing everything. It is active the whole time. And this is kind of what's different between the Su-47 and the F4 Phantom's ability, is the fact that I can do this while rolling. I have complete and total control of the aircraft as I do this, but obviously I'm depleting my health at the same time, and there's no cooldown. I can stop, and then I can immediately engage it again. Obviously, once you get to low health like this, well, then it stops, and you can't use the ability anymore because, you know, you'll die. So if you go get health, you can resume freely. Like, you can use that ability as much as you want. The only trade-off is that you damage your aircraft, right? And you can see it visually. There's like parts flying off of it. There's a visual indicator for that. But the fact that you have complete and total control of the aircraft is where it differs. Alright, so now we're in the Su-47, and once again I'm going to demonstrate what I'm talking about. So this ability has a cooldown now. And it depends on how much you use the ability. So the longer you hold it, the stronger the cooldown. Now, just to kind of give an example, I'm going to activate it now. And I'm trying to roll the aircraft, and I have absolutely no control over this thing. Right? It's just maximum pitch angle, pulling back on the stick as hard as possible, and you have absolutely no control over what happens to that aircraft. So you have to be a little bit aware of what you're trying to achieve. So I want to get my angle just right, and then activate the ability, so I can whip around really, really close to the mountain. Man, my canopy practically scraped the side of that cliff there. But you have to be aware of how you position your aircraft, where your roll angle is, so that you can actually get the turn that you desire. Because if you're like this close to the mountain, well, you're going to scrape it. You're right. You don't have control over the roll. And that's kind of like one of the biggest differences, in addition to having a cooldown. So hopefully that gives a little bit of a better idea comparing the F4 Phantom to the Su-47 Berkut. Now, obviously, I prefer the way the F4 Phantom handles its ability. I like the ability to have complete and total control of my aircraft as I'm going through maneuvers. And this is kind of where it gets interesting, because you think, well, where is the balance when it comes to this aircraft? Because the move is so strong, right? You're able to get these angles. If you're one-circling somebody, or if you just need that little extra pitch angle, like that little extra pull on the stick to be able to lead your target and hit them better, you can easily do that in this aircraft. If you had full control like the F4 Phantom, you'd be unstoppable, right? You would just outmaneuver and destroy everything. There we go. We got actual players in here. You would murder everyone with ease. So we're gonna play this last game. One final demonstration. Hopefully it goes a little bit better than the last. I mean, there's a Su-47 on the other team, so we will see how this goes. But I want to try to maximize my usage of the ability to demonstrate these tight turns I can pull off. That guy's dead. I'm going to wrap around. There's that Su-47. See if we can clip him. They're all just missing. There we go. Lead this guy and he's done. Okay. I mean, even by default, this thing turns exceptionally well, and that's what makes it crazy. It already has such a good turn rate, such a good angle of attack compared to like every other aircraft in this game, and then you add the ability on top of that, and you're laughing. So to have full control while pulling those kind of G's when you're turning, I guess it makes sense to limit its ability a little bit. And I know some people are kind of salty about the fact that you get hits and it spins you out of control, but like, maybe if they, I don't even know how you would balance that, really. Part of me is trying to think like, well, maybe you could ease off, you can ease off the ability to, or make it only applicable when you're using the backflip ability, which is what people thought, right? Everyone was thinking, okay, backflip ability, that's how you lose control when you're using that, but it's actually not. As I demonstrated before, it's whenever your forward swept wing ability is being utilized. When you see that little icon down there glowing green like it is right now, that is the indicator that, yeah. Oh yeah, see, I just used it right there just to be able to finish him off. Gonna rapidly follow up on this guy. Or not. Take him out. This guy's chasing me. We're gonna just use the ability right here to be able to turn that corner tight. Maybe be able to get up on this Firebird. Dead. Where is this guy? He's above me, isn't he? I don't even know where he is. There he is. See that? Like, this thing is ridiculous. Use the mountains. I'm actually going to bail out of this fight. Let's just drop down. Maybe take out this guy real quick. Okay. Oh, man. Oh, man. Where's the Su-47? Oh, he's dead. Okay, well. There you have it. Like, I mean, this thing is absolutely insane. And of course, like I was saying, once you actually get it to level 16 and 20, it's going to be a beast when you spec it right. And that's kind of where I feel like this is probably going to be, I only have one aircraft that's level 20, and that's the F-16, because a long time ago, before I had everything unlocked, that was the best aircraft I had, and I wanted to max it out. I can see myself pushing this thing to level 20, because I can see it benefiting from having two separate abilities. The ability to, like, energy retention on this aircraft is fine, so I don't need to worry about ideal maneuvering or anything like that. It handles beautifully. But having something like, where is it here? The faster flares, this would be beneficial just to avoid getting hit by missiles. Like, this is what I would spec into 100%. Being able to pop flares off more rapidly to mitigate the chances of getting hit while you're maneuvering would be huge, right? And maybe finishing guns or improved targeting just to be able to shoot your close range infrared faster. Finishing guns might be a little bit better because this thing is insane at one circle, and maybe getting your nose on target and leading them and finishing them off quickly with your cannons might be beneficial as well. So it's like, for sure, faster flares, and then play around with what actually works best when you get it to level 20 and start speccing into other things. But that's how I would play this aircraft, because to me, the way it's set up right now, that's the best way to avoid the pitfalls of the aircraft, which is basically getting hit and losing control of it, flying into the side of a mountain. You know, which obviously, depending on how hard you're turning the aircraft, determines how long that disruption occurs. So the harder you turn, you get hit, the more out of control you will be. If you're barely turning, or if the ability is not even activated, so if this is not glowing green and you get hit, you're fine. It'll behave like everything else, every other aircraft in the game. So that's the Su-47 Berkut. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I will see you in the skies and on the next one. Take care.